Okay, grab your notes, grab a journal, grab something where you can write these 5 things down, because I know if you're watching this video right now, you probably want to finish 2018 as strong as you can, because you and I both know that when you finish the 4th quarter strong, your next year is even better. It sets you up to win at a high level, okay? So here's 5 things that I think that you can do to make sure that you crush and finish strong in 2018 and then have a killer 2019, okay? Number 1 is to make sure that you add 1 hour per day of doing the Power 4. 1 hour per day of doing the Power 4. What are the Power 4? Hopefully you already know this. If you've been following my training for any time, like the time now, if you've been to my events or you're in my coaching, you already know that the Power 4 is lead generation, lead follow-up, negotiating contracts, and going on appointments. That's lead generation, lead follow-up, or lead conversion, negotiating contracts, and going on appointments. If you added 1 hour per day, now some of you might say, well, if I add 1 hour per day, I've got 1 hour per day, and that would be awesome, okay? If you did 1 hour per day, that would be incredible. If you're doing 1 hour, do 2 hours. And look, I know that might be asking a lot, like, dang, David, I'm already putting in the time. I'm already working hard right now. You want me to add an extra hour? And the answer is yes. Because look, you and I both know in the 4th quarter, a lot of people stop working. A lot of people stop putting in the effort. And for you to add 1 hour is gonna give you leverage over the competition and get you more attention going into the next year, okay? Because you and I both know if you put in the time now, this is the time that you develop the habits. So make sure that you add 1 hour. I mean, think about the value of an hour, right? Let's say that you're gonna make calls for an hour. If you add 1 hour per day, let's say that you can make 10 conversations or 10 contacts in an hour. If you could do that, that would be another 60 days of work in the 4th quarter, right? Times 10, that's 600 conversations. How many deals could you get extra? How much more business could you get with 600 extra conversations just for adding in 1 hour? 1 hour, 600. If you just close, I mean, could you get what, 10? Could you get 6? Could you get 60? Look, and then if you add that to what you make, every deal that you get, I mean, how much money would that add up to, right? Just for 1 extra hour. Never underestimate the power of 1 hour. Like if you take your goal, right, for the entire year, your income goal for the entire year, and you divide that by 240 working days, and then you divide that by the number of hours that you work in a day, add an extra hour to that, and how much are you gonna end up with at the end of the year? If I told you, let's say that earned you an extra, let's even just call it $40,000. If I told you at the end of the year, hey, you want a check for $40,000? What would you say? Hopefully you would say yes, okay? So make sure you put another hour of the Power 4. The second thing is make sure that you have no administration, no escrows, no paperwork, no other people's agendas on emails, nothing but your agenda up until noon. After 12 o'clock, do whatever you want. From 1 o'clock till 3:30, you can do whatever you want. You can handle admin, answer email, return messages, get on Facebook, do whatever it is you want to do, but make sure that you delegate to a time after 12 o'clock p.m. and watch your results go through the roof, okay? Number 3, make sure that you win the morning every single morning. The 4th quarter for you, the key to the 4th quarter is this is the time for you to develop the habits that you know that you're gonna need for 2019 to take it to the next level. So think about it like this. You wanna have a lot more results next year. And there's a couple keystone habits, right? There's a couple habits that you know that, dang it, I had my goal this year to develop that habit and I didn't do it. Well, the 4th quarter is the perfect time to do that. So what is it? Is it 1, 2, 3 habits? What habits do you need to develop in order to help you crush next year? For most of you watching this video, you're like, you know what? I gotta kick my morning off right and I need to win the morning routine. Because here's the truth. If you win the morning, you're gonna win the day. For most of us, if we can just get into momentum, you're gonna be able to crush the rest of the day. So this is the time to do it. So number 1, you wanna make sure that you put in an extra hour of the Power 4. Number 2, you wanna delegate all of your admin, all of your escrows, all of your emails, and all the minutia till after 12 o'clock. Number 3, you wanna win that morning. You wanna make up from when you wake up in the morning till noon, like rock star champion status, going all out on the things that you know you need to do. And number 4, master that keystone habit. I heard from Gino Blafari one time, amazing man in the real estate industry, done a lot of amazing things, and he used to say that there's things called keystone habits. And the way I took that was, there's habits that help other habits. right? Like I used to think that I needed to master the habit of waking up early in the morning, but that wasn't the case. The keystone habit for me was going to bed early, because if I went to bed early, waking up next morning early was a natural effect of that. There's a keystone habit for you. Maybe it's your prospecting. Maybe it's doing videos like this one. Maybe it's you doing open houses. Maybe it's you getting up and working out in the morning. Maybe it's you getting a meditation session in, or maybe it's journaling. I don't know what it is for you, but there's a keystone habit. And I want you to think about it. There's a habit for you that affects all the rest and puts them into play, where if you get that habit down, a lot of other amazing habits fall into place, okay? And number 5, you need to, by the end of October, either add or stop doing whatever you need to do, right? So maybe there's a marketing campaign that you wanted to start for 2019 that you didn't get to this year. Maybe you need to put that in place now. Maybe there's something that you need to stop doing. Maybe there's a marketing campaign that you've been doing up to this point. By the end of October, that's the time to do it. Maybe you're growing a team and you're watching this video, you say, David, I need to hire, I need to fire. That needs to be done by October, because here's the key. This is what the top agents do. The top agents are already in momentum January 2nd. They're already in momentum. I was fortunate enough to lead the state of Florida in hitting when I was in high school. And people ask me, like, how did you do it? The way I did it is I showed up to game 1 season ready, where people were already showing up to game 1, and that's when they were getting started. I had already been playing games. I had already been hitting baseballs and taking ground balls. I was already season ready. You want to be in flow January 2nd. If you are getting started the first week in January, you are behind. The way that you crush the first quarter is by crushing the fourth quarter, okay? So what do you need to add? What do you need to stop doing? And you need to have those in place by the end of October, so you can start building routines, systems, procedures, structure, that kind of thing for 2 months, maybe a month and a half, right? If you take a couple weeks off in December, that way you are in full momentum come the first week in January, okay? Look, if you're somebody who's trying to crush the fourth quarter, if you want to have an amazing 2019, I want to offer you a free coaching call. You can stop by our website, keseycompany.com, or maybe there's a link somewhere on this page right here. We would love to help you out, give you a strategy for the last 90 days of this year, and then help you build a strategy for next year as well. And look, are you somebody who wants to crush next year? I'm betting you are, because look, I want you to think about it like this. Next year, December 31st, 2019, there's going to be 2 groups of people, okay? The first group of people are going to be celebrating their successes because they put in the time now to be able to have those successes. The second group of people are going to be explaining their failures and their losses. So do you want to be celebrating your successes, or do you want to be explaining why it didn't all work out? You and I both know that 12 months from now, you're going to wish you started now. So start right now. If you want our help, I'm offering you the free coaching call. All you gotta do is click the link, come have a conversation with us. It's not a sales pitch. We just want to help you grow to the next level. And look, if you want to talk about coaching, awesome. But if not, let us help you. Give us 15 to 30 minutes to help you transform your business. Let us give you a strategy for the last quarter of this year, and then a good strategy for next year as well. And look, I hope that you are putting in the time right now and you recognize that a lot of agents have stopped working. This is your time. You want to be somebody in 12 months that put in the time now, and you are celebrating your successes, and I'd love to see that happen for you, okay? So until I see you next time, go out there every single day of your life and business and go demand that you find a way to win. Talk to you soon.